I used to spend a lot of late nights on a chat room for gamers. It was the kind of place where people from around the world could just talk, joke, or vent about their day. One night, I logged in around midnight. Most people had logged off, except for a stranger with the username Watcher1995. At first, it was normal small talk, where I lived, favorite games, the usual stuff. But soon, the conversation got weird. He started asking personal questions, what my apartment looked like, what my neighborhood was like, even what doors I used to enter and exit. I laughed it off, thinking he was just being creepy for fun. Then things escalated. He began posting screenshots of my social media. Some I didn't even know were public. He knew what I looked like, my real name, even the store I usually bought groceries from. I tried blocking him, but every new account he made immediately messaged me. I started to get scared, so I logged off, shut down my computer, and tried to ignore it. That night, I thought it was over. I left the window slightly open for air and went to bed. Around 2 a.m., my phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. I see you. My heart stopped. I looked out the window and saw a shadow moving past my living room wall. I called the police, but by the time they arrived, there was no one there. No evidence, no footprints, nothing. I moved apartments a few days later, changed all my online accounts, and never went back to that chat room. But even now, I can't help but check my notifications nervously, wondering if Watcher1995 is still out there, following me, always watching from somewhere online.
I've always been curious about the darker corners of the internet. Late one night, while browsing forums I shouldn't have, I stumbled across a hidden forum. It wasn't listed anywhere, no link, no search results. You had to be invited, and somehow, through a chain of obscure usernames, I got access. The forum called itself The Chamber. At first, it seemed harmless, people sharing strange stories, urban legends, and theories. But then I noticed threads that didn't seem like just stories. They were instructions, real-life instructions, dangerous ones. One post caught my eye, how to know if someone is alone. It was detailed, almost clinical, describing ways to identify a person's routine, their habits, even their vulnerabilities. I laughed nervously. Surely it was a joke. I spent hours reading the posts, intrigued but uneasy. Then I saw one post directed specifically at me, or at least it seemed that way. It mentioned my city, my street, and even details about my apartment that I hadn't shared online. My heart started pounding. I closed my laptop, trying to convince myself it was coincidence. The next day, strange things began to happen. Packages I didn't order appeared on my doorstep. Notes with simple messages, I know when you leave. My social media accounts showed logins from locations nearby, but not exactly my own. My curiosity had led me into something dangerous, and now I couldn't escape. One night, around 1 a.m., my laptop buzzed. A new thread had been posted in the chamber, titled simply, Tonight. The post contained pictures, not screenshots, not stock images, but actual photos of my apartment, taken from angles only someone watching me could know. My stomach turned. I felt trapped, violated, and panicked. I called the police, but there was little they could do. The forum was anonymous, encrypted, and beyond their reach. I changed my locks, installed cameras, and began documenting everything. But it didn't stop. Every day there were new signs. Someone was following me, watching me, waiting. The most terrifying moment came a week later. I was asleep, the room dark, lights off, windows closed. My phone vibrated with a notification. Look outside. My eyes shot open. Across the street, under the dim glow of a streetlight, I saw a figure standing perfectly still, watching my apartment. I wanted to scream, to run, but I couldn't move. I watched them as they stood there for minutes, then finally disappeared into the shadows. I moved apartments soon after, far from my previous location. I deleted every trace of myself from the forum, my social media, everything. But even now, I feel eyes on me. Sometimes at night, I'll catch glimpses of a figure in the distance, someone who disappears before I can react. The chamber still exists somewhere, I know it. And somewhere out there, someone knows exactly where I am, waiting for the next mistake. I've learned the hard way. Curiosity about the dark corners of the internet can be deadly, and the people or things lurking there are always watching. Even now, I triple-check my surroundings when I leave the house. I avoid unknown links, anonymous messages, and anything that seems unusual online. But I can't shake the memory of that night, the figure outside, and the cold realization that some corners of the internet are not meant to be explored. The lesson is simple. Some things on the internet are watching you just as closely as you're watching them. And sometimes they're closer than you think.
It all started with an email, a subject line that read, "Watch this, it's important." I didn't recognize the sender, and the email had no message, just a single link to a video hosted on an unlisted site. Curiosity got the better of me, so I clicked. The video opened in a dark, grainy frame. At first, it looked like a surveillance recording of a street I didn't recognize. Then I noticed something that made my blood run cold. The camera moved, panning directly to my apartment window. And there I was, sitting at my desk, working on my laptop. The video had recorded me in real time. I froze. My phone vibrated with a notification. "Do you like what you see?" My hands shook. I closed the laptop and checked the room, lights off, doors locked, but the unease lingered. Who could have filmed this? How did they know exactly where I lived? Over the next few days, things got worse. Emails kept coming, each containing new videos. One showed me leaving my apartment to grab groceries. Another followed me to a coffee shop, tracking my every move. What terrified me most was that the videos often started just moments before I left home, as if someone was waiting for me to make the next move. I tried contacting authorities, but the videos were sent from anonymous servers overseas. They told me to secure my devices, change passwords, and monitor my accounts. I did all that, but the fear didn't go away. Every time I opened my email, my stomach turned. Every notification could mean a new video, showing me before I even realized it. One night, around 11:30 p.m., I received a video that didn't just follow me, it targeted me. The video showed the exact layout of my apartment, every furniture piece, every item on my desk, every photograph on my walls. The camera angle shifted, focusing on my bed. I didn't dare watch the rest. Then a message appeared below the video. "You shouldn't have opened this." My heart raced. I felt trapped, helpless, and completely exposed. I didn't sleep that night. I sat in my apartment, lights on, every door locked, scanning every corner as if the person recording could suddenly appear. Weeks passed. I started noticing signs in real life, subtle movements outside my window, distant shadows near my front door. A feeling of being followed when I went for a walk. The videos continued, always anticipating my actions, always one step ahead. It wasn't just online anymore. It had spilled into my reality. The breaking point came one evening when I returned from work. I found a small envelope slipped under my door. Inside was a single photograph, me, asleep at my desk, laptop still open. I didn't know how long it had been sitting there, who had taken it, or how they had even gotten inside my building. I packed a bag immediately and left, staying with a friend far from the city. Even after moving, the videos didn't stop. Every time I checked my email, a new one would appear, showing me going about my daily life. It felt like there was no escape. Every time I glanced out a window, I imagined someone there, filming, waiting, knowing everything I did. I learned quickly that curiosity can be dangerous, that one click, one link, one unknown email can open a door you never meant to enter. And some people, or some things, are always watching, always waiting, always knowing more about you than you realize. Even now, when I see a notification or a new video link, I hesitate. My hands tremble. I triple-check my locks, keep my curtains drawn, and avoid unfamiliar emails at all costs. The fear isn't just a memory, it's constant. And I know, somewhere out there, someone still has cameras pointed at me, watching, recording, anticipating every move. The lesson is simple. Some videos aren't meant to be watched. And once you do, you may never be truly alone again.
Like and subscribe.